the short film we're going to look at now is the median, and I'm sort of assuming that we pretty much have all we will have met that if you've got let's say you've got some numbers like this list. I got 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the median is the number in the middle. You can see you got a list. You got 2 numbers on that side, and you got 2 numbers on this side. So the median in this case is 6, and you'll notice that here that there's an odd number of data values. You know, there's an odd number of them. Okay, so let's say we've got another list of numbers. Again, they've got to be in numerical order. And here I've got an even number. You can see I've got 6 numbers in. Well, where's the median now? Well, the thing about the median is it has to divide the list into 2 equal halves. So here, my median's got to be right here. Because look, we've got 3 this side, and then we got 3 this side. So my median is between, well, these are both 3, so we say that the median is 3 as well. Okay, well, what happens if these 2 numbers are not the same? So let's take another even list, even number of data values. So I've got, what have I got there? I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So my median is going to be whichever divides it into two equal halves. So I'm going to have 4 on this half and 4 on this half. So my median is halfway between these 2. And so the number you can see between 5 and 7 must be 6. If these numbers are a little further apart and it's not easy to see what numbers exactly between them, you can always add your 2 numbers together and divide them by the 2 middle numbers together and divide them by 2, and that gives you your median of 6. And you'll see with both of these cases we've got an even number of data values. Okay, an even number of data values. So if you've got an odd number of data values, your median is just the middle number, and if you've got an even number of data values, then your median is going to be the one that divides it into 2 equal lists, and it's often not a number that's in your list, but the numbers have to be in order. Okay, well, we're probably okay on that. We probably all met that before. What turns out to be very useful is how you figure out what position the median is in. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, let's take first of all an odd number. Let's say we've got 5 numbers in our list. Okay, now the median is this number, isn't it? So I've got 5 numbers in our list, and the median, well, the median is the 3rd number. Whatever it is, I don't know what that number is. It doesn't matter what it is. But what I'm interested in is what position in the list is the median going to be in, and it's in the 3rd one. Okay, so you'll notice straight away that 3 is not half of 5. So we can't just say the middle number is, if you've got a list of 5, we can half 5, 2.5, it's the 2.5th one. Well, it's not, it's the 3rd one. Okay, so what about if we've got let's have a look at a list with an even number of numbers. Okay, so what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put another one on. So I've got 8 numbers, and my median, as we saw above there, is actually halfway between these 2. So the median, it's not the 4th number, it's not the 5th number, it's the sort of 4.5th number. Okay, now, so what's the relationship then between the 4.5 and the 8 and the 3 and the 5? Is there a connection? Well, you may have spotted already that if you take this number here and we add 1 to it, so if I add 1 to that, and then I divide the answer by 2, I'll get this one. Can you see that? And it's the same with this. If I add 1 to this, so if I add 1 it makes 9, and then if I divide it by 2, it gets to this one. Okay, so if I've got a list with n numbers, okay, now I can't really draw n numbers, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some dot dot dots. So that just shows me I've got a nice long list of numbers, and I've got n of them, and then we can say that whereabouts, which of these crosses is going to be the median? Well, we can make a formula up. We can say what I've got to do is I've got to add 1 to the total number. That's what we did here, and I've got to divide it by 2. Okay. So that's my formula. So that's the position of the median. Okay, now even if you don't really quite understand exactly where that came from, then it's good to remember it, because what we're going to go on to do now is see how you find the median when the data is in a frequency table, and this turns out to be really, really useful. Okay, so let's go on and do that. And we'll look at a frequency table now. Now, I guess we know what a frequency table, we probably know what a frequency table is. It's just a table that organizes the data. Okay, so here we're going to quickly draw a frequency table out. I'm going to this is going to pretend we've got a four-sided dice. Okay, so a four-sided dice, these lines are not straight. Never mind. Four-sided dice, and it could land on 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'll call those our numbers X. And okay, so we'll give it some frequencies. We'll say maybe that 1 has come, we've rolled it quite a few times. 1's come up 12 times. 2's comes up 18 times, 3's come up 15 times, and 4's come up 16 times. Okay, and what we want to know is what's the median score? Okay, well this frequency table just counts how many of each number we've got. So if you wrote all the scores in a list in order, you'd find that you would have 12 ones in a long line. So we're going to have 12 ones. I'm not going to write them all out, but I'm going to imagine that's the 12th one. There. That one there's the 12th one. Okay, and then I'm going to have 18 twos. So this 2 here is going to be the 13th number in the list. And then all my 2's in the very last one. Well, what last one is that going to be? Well, the first 12 are all 1's, and then the next 18 are 2's. So 12 and 18 is 30. So this 2 is going to be the 30th number in my list. And then I've got all the 3's, starting with that. Now this number here, this is the 31st number in the list, and then the very last 3 there is going to be my 15th, so it's going to be, well, it's going to be the 45th number, and so on. I haven't put the 4s on, but I could do. Okay, so how do we do the median? Well, this is where we go back to our formula here, the n plus 1th. Now, what's n? N is the number of times I've rolled this crazy four-sided dice. So how many? 30, 45, 55, 61. I've rolled it 61 times, the total frequency. Okay, so I've got to put that into this formula. 61, add 1, 62, divided by 2. So my median is going to be the 31st number in the list. Okay, so my first 12 numbers are all 1's. My next 18 numbers are 2's, so that takes me up to the 30th number, that's a 2. So the 31st number is a 3. So my median is 3. Now that's really all you need to know about the median. You can see that this business here, even if you're not really sure why that's true, then you can use it when you've got a frequency table, or if you don't like that, if that's confusing, you can just write out these numbers in a long list and use your method from the data in a list to just cross them off and find the middle one, and that's the median.